Okay, so here's the second recording in the series, and I am specifically going to be looking at EBSCOhost databases. So again, I'm starting from the library homepage, and I'm going to click on databases, and what I'm going to do is click on the letter E at the top of the page and scroll down until I find EBSCOhost databases. The reason I'm taking this pathway is because I want to choose multiple databases that are produced by EBSCOhost. It's sort of like having the same publisher but lots of different books. So I'm specifically picking ones that I think will work well for this assignment, so you may want to duplicate the ones that I'm choosing. I'm going to choose Academic Search Complete, Agricola, and then I'm going to scroll down to Business Source Complete. And then the next one I'm going to choose is Econ Lit with full text. And then I'm going to choose Global Health and Green File because I may be doing an environmental aspect of the topic. I'm going to choose Master File Premier because it tends to have just a lot of generic type articles in it that may be useful. And Political Science Complete. And so now what's going to happen is when I do my search, it's going to search through all of these databases at once. So I've selected my final selection, and of course if there's some that you see that you think you may want to add in, feel free to do that. And then I'm just going to tell it to continue. And now I'm automatically searching through all these databases at the same time, and I can always add more databases by clicking this Choose Databases. So when I'm beginning a search, I usually just start off really broad, and I am putting in the name of the country. And you will notice I have 73,340 results, which is way too many. So when you and in terms, you're going to get less results. Do not use prepositional phrases. Do not use in, an, a, the, those types of words. Leave all that out of your searches. Really break it down into the keywords. So now I could say Peru and food, and I'm going to be getting less results. So it took it down to 4,000. But maybe they're not really calling it food. Maybe they're calling it agriculture. So I can say or agriculture and capitalize the or so that it knows you're using it as a search command. And when you or, you're going to get more results. So that took it up to 6,592. And I still am wanting to be a little bit more specific than that. And so what I'm going to tell it is distribution or transportation or infrastructure. So really very different words, but trying to sort of get at a similar concept. So when I'm ORing, I'm typically ORing synonyms into my search. So it's going to take it down because I've anded it, but it's also going to probably have more than it would if I just put distribution in. Let me just copy that and delete it out of my search and just put distribution in. See, that only has 396. So by ORing those other terms in, I'm actually sort of expanding out. So you see how I'm playing around with the number of results I get and my search results. I would recommend, it's going back to 1945. You probably don't want anything that old, so I recommend that you up the date range to at least about the past decade, which is going to reduce your number of results and make it more palatable, easier to navigate through. And you can use this little icon, magnifying glass icon, to sort of hover and read a summary of what the article is about to kind of give you an idea of whether or not you actually want to use that article or read that article. And of course, if you do, the PDF or the HTML should be right below. If you're having difficulty and you happen to find a good article, look at these subject terms next to subjects and look at the tags, the words that they have tagged to that article, and do another search, maybe using some of the relevant terms that they've tagged to the article that you found that was good. If you see this check for full text sources, when you click that link, it will take you to what we call a link resolver page. The date of your article, which is what's in the green, has to fall in the date range next to the links over here, and that here are the date ranges, or it's no good. So in this case, if you wanted this article, you could actually use this link to get to it because we have it in full text, that particular journal or newspaper or magazine, we have it from 1999 to present. Now, if your article had been written in 1998, none of these links would get you to the article. So that's how you use this link resolver page. And then once you click this link, it either takes you directly to the article, or it takes you to the search engine of the database, or it takes you into an issue volume breakout. So in this case, I would have to look at all issues because it took me to just the current issue, and I would have to go back to my list over here and look at the volume number and the date and pick that year and then that volume number and that issue from that year, and then I can just browse through and get to my articles once I do that. So that's how you use that. If it takes you to the search engine, just put the title of your article in quotation marks in that other search engine, and it will find the article for you. And if you have difficulties with that, feel free to come back and ask me for more help. So that is how I would use the EBSCOhost databases. Once again, be sure that you're using the search commands and that you're not putting sentence fragments into the search engine. You're going to get worse results if you try to search in the databases like you search in Google. But that's the basics of how to use some of the EBSCOhost databases. Good luck. Thanks.